Hello, everyone. My name is Portland from Portland Metro Records, and today in studio I have...
Ken Scholes. I'm a musician and an author out of Cornelius, Oregon.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are actually a neighbor here, so this is not that far away.
No, it's exciting, and I've been wanting to meet you for about probably 8 years at this point, if our time check is looking right.
Awesome.
I've been seeing you show up in my Facebook feed forever.
Awesome. Well, yeah, very, very good to finally meet you. We talk a lot, but very good to finally meet you face to face. You will find that with me on everybody. I do a lot online, and then finally having this studio, I finally get to meet people that I've been speaking to for a long time. We invited you to play at our farmers market June 22nd.
Yes.
That's a Thursday. It'll be from 5 to 6.
Yes.
And also in studio, you will be also playing a song. So thank you so much for that. You will be our first guest to actually play in the studio.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be the first time I've ever played in a studio.
Oh, nice.
I've played in lots of venues, but not in a studio, other than, recording in a small home studio. So.
Sure. This will be a very good test. I have a feeling the test will go well. But to give you background, we also do our TV show, and there's a monitor there, and I'm kind of worried about clipping and feedback, but we'll give it a try, and I think we'll do well. I'm very, very excited. The farmers market is celebrating 7 or 8 years. I'm going to say 8 years.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yes, and my wife and I have been from the start. First, I was on to just book bands and run sound. And then as the market developed, it was like, okay, we need a market manager. We need this. And my wife got involved, and she was the president, and now she's the manager. And this market, to see it grow from the first year, I'm going to say we had 8 vendors. It was terrible.
Always start small.
Oh, I was walking around to all the vendors and go, I'm so sorry. We're going to make this better. And then now we are celebrating. And keep in mind, I run the sound and stuff. So all this stuff, I'm not 100% sure on the numbers, but I want to say it's like 30 vendors this year.
That's great.
Our traffic is about 600, and then every once in a while we hit that 1,000. So we have this like really, really big following now. The sound system I can talk about all day. It is 12 channels. It is high pass filters. It is wireless mics. It is wireless connection. So when you come out with your guitar, I actually give you a wireless system if you feel comfortable. No,
I've been wanting to try one of those. So Shane, this is sounding pretty cool.
If you feel comfortable, you can actually walk around the market. So
that's what I had wanted originally when I first was looking into getting. I've only been using amplification for 5-6 years now.
Nice.
And what I originally wanted, because what I was doing is I was playing a bar in St. Helens. I did it for about 5 years as their first Friday act. And I would wander table to table with my guitar and sing songs and make connections with humans. And it was a fun, exciting thing because I wasn't married to a microphone. And I wanted to move over to something wireless. And the guy I was working with was like, oh, there's nothing out there good enough for that. Well, but it seemed to me that you should be able to have a system where you could wander around like a minstrel singing. And so you're telling me I get to do that at this farmer's market, maybe on the 22nd of June?
You can absolutely do that. And I will say this wireless system is amazing. I've tested it. I had one artist go all the way out the building and it was still playing. The company did go under though.
So I'd have to buy it used. Through Sweetwater. I'll go find it.
If you could find it. Another artist, I did a promotion with them, and we sold like 9 units. And one artist already said, hey, man, I broke it on stage. Can I get another one?
Well, hopefully somebody out there's got something like it. And I love that for a farmer's market. I've played a lot of markets, and I actually started playing farmer's markets before I was actually playing gigs in places like bars and granges. And my first was actually the farmer's market up in the University District back in about 1995 or 6, which is quite a ways back. But farmer's markets, I think, are one of those critical components in creating community and getting neighbors kind of out seeing each other and interacting with one another.
I got married in '94, so I know how long ago that was.
It was a while ago. Yeah, right.
And then let's see what else. It is original music. So our farmers market is original music. And the reason why is we don't have a license for ASCAP or BMI. And the truth is, it's just really expensive. I would rather pay you the money that we could pay the license and have it be original music.
I'm a BMI member myself, but my understanding has been that as an independent contractor, when somebody hires me to do music, usually they're hiring me as an independent contractor to use my independent judgment as a musician as to what songs I would pick to play. But I totally respect when folks say we want an original only show. I totally do that. But when I'm working bars, playing bars, sometimes they get hit with these rogue agents and it's usually, I think it's one, not the other. I don't think BMI is out policing this as much as the other one.
Yeah.
But my understanding is that there's a good fight to be had over the fact that as an independent contractor, I'm not giving the bar a say over my set list. I create music in the moment, and sometimes it's a cover and sometimes it's original, but I'm the one doing it.
Sadly, we had to go into this.
You had this tested,
and here is the reality: when you sign up for ASCAP or BMI, you do forfeit your right to play your music at a place that doesn't have the license. So even though you wrote it, even though you did everything, they are the ones that say, no, I'm sorry, you still have to do it. And a lot of bars and a lot of farmers markets, believe it or not, the farmers markets are kind of getting hit the most because a lot of farmers markets are 501c, which is nonprofit.
Yeah.
And the idea behind nonprofit is they're like, hey, there's an understanding you don't need to do the license if you're a nonprofit. What the license will say is, well, because your vendors are making money, you're actually treated as a mall. So even though you are a 501, because people are making money, you have to pay the license. And we had to go through that. So we learned it.
I hope someday enough lawyers get together to figure out a way out of that, because it seems like a mess.
Here's what has been told, and we're going off rails, but I think this is really important as well.
It is a good talk.
What is being said is they're going to try and come up with one, and that's really where the problem is just one place where you go to say my music is registered, and it is policed. It is all that. The problem I find is there's so many that not only do I have to do this license, but if you play a different song and it's under this one, I have to also pay this license. And then it goes into, do you charge a door fee? If there's a door fee, there's a different license for that. How many speakers are being played? If there's more than 4, there's an extra. And so a lot of people are like, we just need to smooth it out, one simple license, and forget about the speakers.
They should let the musicians get the license. I tried that already. I went to both places asking, I'm a musician. I play music from both. I would like to get a license from you to play the music that's licensed with you. They should issue it directly to the musicians, because they're the ones usually picking the songs they want to play. Yeah. And if I had to pay BMI and ASCAP both a fee each year to be able to play those songs, I can hook up and play that, as long as it was reasonable and they thought about it from the standpoint of these are artisans who are out. I'm not doing Tom Petty's song. I'm doing my version of Tom Petty's song, which if I were to record it and put out and license it through CD Baby, I could do that. Yeah. I could figure out a way to put that and have a cover of whatever song I wanted to put out there. And I think that they should maybe consider that as a path, because then you get these musicians like me kicking in a little money. We're already getting involved with the org at some level. Maybe they'd be able to pull more people in.
Yeah, and the funny thing is our online radio is ASCAP. So I do pay the license to play that music. Outside of that, though, we normally have the farmers market and everybody else not licensed. And here is the reality. The license for an ASCAP for a day, depending on a whole bunch of stuff, but it's $100 for me. So I pay you whatever I pay you, and then I also have to pay the $100 there. Yeah. In a farmer's market, they're like, we're barely trying to pay this guy.
I think there are lawyers that need to get involved higher up somewhere down the food chain, because this is one of those, why are there people at the bottom of the lake? Well, we need to go put a fence in upriver. Yeah. This seems to be a bigger, but I think it's a great conversation, and maybe at some point there'll be more common sense brought to it.
Yeah. So how I approach it is I say, I will pay you a little bit more than the rest of them. Just make sure it's original music.
Yep, I'm happy doing that.
And I find like not only Portland Metro Records is about the original music, so that's our passion anyway. Yeah. I would rather the artist get paid for what you're doing, because you're the one that went in the recording studio, you wrote it. There's so much that goes into music that I don't think a lot of people know about, that to put the money in your pocket is really my goal.
Well, I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate it. And I will also say this, our audience appreciates it. Our audience will go, wow, I've never heard that song. So you're playing and I speak to the audience and I'll go, oh yeah, that's an original song. They wrote it. And they're like, no way. Where are they from? And when I say, oh, that's an Oregon artist, they're like, no way. I didn't know that Oregon artists were like at this level. So I definitely shop around. I definitely find people like yourself, and we invest.
Well, I appreciated seeing you show up during my pandemic live shows. I think that's nice. When I first started being aware of you following my music more.
Nice.
I'd see you pop in. So
yeah. And let's go into a little bit more. You do a lot of original music. You also you write books.
I do. I write short stories and novels and articles and essays and songs and poems and a little bit of everything. I could probably write games and comic book scripts and movie scripts if I tried, but I do. I tend to have a need to express verbally, and it's shown up as a singer-songwriter since I was about 17. Short stories and whatnot since I cut my teeth as a gospel singer-songwriter initially. And then in my youth, I was corresponding with Ray Bradbury and sending short stories out to be published. They weren't getting published. I was collecting rejection slips at 15, 16 years old. But eventually, I settled in my 20s, my late 20s, early 30s, started cranking out a lot of short stories. And then it led to a series of novels. I have a 5-book series with tour books that you can find on Audible or Amazon. And then I've got 3 short story collections of 23, well, probably closer to 17 years worth of short stories. I have another 5 years worth that are getting ready to become a 4th collection.
Jeez.
And I've been busy. And then on top of all of that, a few years ago, I decided that what I really need to be doing is showing other people how to do what I do. So I'm putting a lot of energy into coaching other artisans and writers, people who are trying to figure out how do I do a job and have a music career and a writing career and do all that. How do I flow with all of that? And and then also focusing on communities. Like I'm out wandering Vernonia right now, doing work out there, and in Seaside, not Seaside, Astoria, finding small towns where they need some help. I helped the library up in Castle Rock. So I find that getting out and playing music in small towns starts creating friendships and connections.
Sure.
Starts building community. And then I can start looking around saying, hey, where's your farmer's market? Oh, you don't have a farmer's market. Oh, where's your community foundation? Oh, you don't have a community foundation. Oh, these are some cool tools that could make your community a more vibrant place to live and visit.
Yeah. You saying that, it was the Loa Business Association who said, we want to do a farmer's market. They polled the people around and they were like, what is the best day? What is the best time? So the community kind of created our farmer's market. They also built the library. So that community gathering is awesome.
And we have a lot of resources in places like Aloha, right? Because it's more urban, it's kind of part of the big metro sprawl. But you start looking at places like Vernonia or Klatskanai or Mist, where they don't have a ton of resources flowing through. So now I'm in a place, I had 10 years in my life doing community development. I have a great job that I do from home. I love making music and wandering small towns. It's a good fit for my volunteerism to be out in those places helping their markets and their community organizations, in addition to singing in their bars.
Nice, living your best life ever.
And writing amazing stories from what I experience out there.
Nice. The funny thing, you were talking about a small town. So Aloha is right next door to Hillsboro.
Yep.
And right next door to Beaverton. And both of those guys have a ton of money, have a ton of everybody.
I'm in Cornelius, right next to Hillsboro and on the way to Forest Grove. So we're another tiny little town.
Aloha gets no help from that. So we have a different budget. We have a different
you're a more
set of
rural
rules.
You're a more rural space nestled between more urban spaces, but nobody can tell when they drive through.
Yeah, and the nice thing is both Hillsboro and Beaverton have adopted us as I'm going to say as a person. They're like, hey, we want to support you, blah, blah, blah. Just not money. It's more of like, we love what you're doing and stuff. And then, we don't have like the grants and stuff that they do because what we want to do costs a lot more than what we have. But we work with what we're doing. So our market goes May through September, every Thursday from 3 to 7. And then I do live music 5 to 6. And then sometimes before a live show, we will have cooking demonstrations. We'll have dancers. We'll have all kinds of stuff. And then sometimes after. But kind of look, if you're interested in live music in Aloha, look for that 5 to 6. That's where I try to market and make sure that we have that filled. And then I probably have something else before or after. I look forward to hearing you. I will say this. I already know how you sound. Yeah. I look forward to the Aloha community hearing you. And actually, we'll have you play today, so you'll get a little taste. But the energy, the song choice that you do, it is exactly our fit. It is that I could shop for whatever I need to, and in the background have that music, and it's great for what you do. Thank you so much.
You bet. Thanks, Shane. Thanks for having me. And I come back on your show anytime.
Oh, awesome. I appreciate that. And look for everything about you. I almost wasn't going to talk about the book, but the book is so huge. It's not one book. It is many books.
It's 5 books. It's a 5-book saga. It's the Psalms of Isaac series that tore the first. The first book was written on a dare. I was dared to write a novel. I had written a bunch of short stories. I'd sold some. I'd just started winning. I won my first award. I just had my first couple of professional level sales. And my best buddy was another novelist. He said, you need to write novels. If you want to do this, you need to write novels. And he and my wife at the time got together and they dared me into writing a novel in 6.5 weeks. It was crazy. I had 2 short stories and then I stitched the rest of it together between those 2 short stories. And I won the bet. And I landed a 5-book contract because the first novel just kind of blew people away. And I ended up, it was great. This is back in the end of 2007. So it's been a while. My 15 minutes, the clock is running down on my 15 minutes. But those books are out there forever. You can find them on Amazon or Audible. And the folks said a lot of really good things about it. I even won an award in France for Best Translated Novel.
Nice.
Yeah, it's crazy. I won, actually, that series picked up 4 or 5 different awards, and then a couple of times it landed on ballots where it didn't win, but it was an honor just to be nominated.
Even for people to pick up your book is like,
if somebody
awesome.
if somebody picks it up and looks at it and doesn't buy it, I'm still delighted.
Yeah. Well, hey, thank you so much for stopping by here. And I'm going to also say this. You are extremely busy. I've been crazy busy as well. For us to finally meet up, it's been a challenge.
We had to do some dancing. Well, once I heard that Thursdays and Fridays were good for you, I always, every other Thursday and Friday, I usually have one that I can do something with. So that
nice. Well, very good to finally meet you, and I can't wait to hear you at the market. It is June 22nd, correct?
Yes, June 22nd, 5 o'clock. And I can't wait. I'm excited to be there. As a matter of fact, I'm so excited that if you end up with anybody canceling on you at the last minute, you probably got to call Ken, and Ken will come in.
1,000 thank yous, and you're right down the road, so hopefully we'll be able to
15, 20 minutes from Aloha. So.
Hey, thank you so much.
Thank
I appreciate it.
It's good to be here, Shane.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, and take care.
Met her in a driftwood lounge. Wildflowers were all around. The sun was shining in a mountain meadow in the middle of a crowded bar. She played it cool, but she couldn't fight it. When the bear broke out the word detritus, I sing some songs, she pats the couch, says, you gonna join me here or what? Fly away, free range honeybee. You took my heart, you made it sweeter when you brought it back to me. Fly away in your camel pants, your pink lace bra, defying gravity with the prettiest smile I ever saw. Saw her waiting on an airport bench. Springtime exploded, my heart was wrenched. Winter stood at least a year away in the Vegas summer heat. She said, silly old bear, would you like some honey? I said, we could have lots of good fun. That's funny, I won $60 in a slot machine and respite in her arms. Fly away, free range honeybee. You took my soul, you made it sweeter when you showed me what you see. Fly away, winter will not clip your wings, 'cause it's always sunny where you live, in the deepest parts of me. I'm not sure where I was going when you pollinated me. Now the sweetness is flowing in the land of bears and honeybees. Fly away, free range honeybee. Oh, you took my world, you made it sweeter when you made sweet love with me. Fly away, then fly back home to me. I found a meadow where we can lay. I found a meadow where we can lay. I found a meadow where we can lay in the shade of an old pine tree. Fly away, fly away, fly away, and come back home